Hello, my name is Hannah Burkhart, and I will be presenting on Beth Cavener. Some background information on her. She was born November 25th, 1972 in Pasadena, California, which you can see off to the right in the picture. Her father was a molecular biologist, and this drove her to study science until college, and actually throughout college, and she wanted to pursue a career as an academic scientist. Her mother was a sculptor and an art teacher, and she had her working with clay since she was very young, so she was already exposed to the fine arts perspective of her life. For education, she attended Harvard College in Pennsylvania, and there she studied physics and astronomy and was pursuing a degree in astrophysics. During her third year, she traveled to Florence, Italy, and attended the Cecil Academy of Art, which you can also see off to the right in the middle picture. Haverford College is actually the top picture of the slide. After she attended Cecil Academy of Art, she returned to the United States and halted her studies in astrophysics because she wanted to focus more of her degree on the fine arts perspective. And then she received her Bachelor of Arts in Sculpture in 1995. She then attended the Ohio State University in Ohio, and that's the bottom picture of the slide. And she obtained her Master's in Fine Arts of Ceramics in 2002. She was an apprentice in Nashville, Tennessee, and Charles H. Cecil Studios in Florence, Italy, which that is the picture at the bottom of the slide. As you can see, all of the busts and everyone working on their projects. To begin her work, she wanted to make a link between social constructs and psychology, and she developed that through her art. Her thesis exhibition for her master's was the Tremble Shiver, which that's the picture on the slide, and it is a bunch of rabbits all scattered, and they all have different movements and animations and actions with them. She was a resident at several different places through several years, including Archie Bray Foundation for the Ceramic Arts from 2000 to 2002. She was a resident at the Clay Studio in Philadelphia in 2004, in Jingdezhen, China in 2008. I apologize for my pronunciations. La Miradana, Italy in 2012, and Shikariana Ceramic Cultural Park in Japan in 2013. She joined the Claire Oliver Gallery in 2008 and then opened a studio named Studios 740 in Helena, Montana in 2014. And this was a professional group gallery, and they were mainly so they could, it was there mainly so they could mentor and support young artists. And she also advocated for a lot more funding to go towards young artists and even teamed up with some very large groups to get more funding. And her sculptures are very large and intricate and very unique in and of themselves, and they are presented through animals, but they also convey human emotions, deal with a lot of psychological aspects, and often show a lot of social structures. Her work is represented in many museums, including the Honolulu Museum of Art, the Arizona State University Art Museum in Tempe, the Chazen Museum of Art in Madison, Wisconsin, the Museum of Fine Arts, Houston, Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture in Spokane, Washington, Racine Art Museum in Wisconsin, Smithsonian American Art Museum, Washington, D.C., and Tennessee State Museum in Nashville. Off to the side, you can see one of her works, which is a rabbit, and that is one of her works that is shown in the Smithsonian. Her process includes building solid structures on metal armatures, and they often include 2,000 plus pounds of clay, and she usually sections them out between 30 and 160 pieces, and then hollows all of them out so that they can bake. And then she paints the surface with interior latex paint. And all of her structures include a mechanical breathing device that activate a pinwheel mechanism, and so this pinwheel creates an illusion of movement and animation in all of her works. She has received a lot of awards for her works, including the Emerging Artist Grant from the American Craft Council in 2003, Virginia A. Groom Award for first place in 2005, the Individual Art Fellowship from the Ohio Arts Council in 2005 as well, the Jean Griffith Fellowship in 2006, and the Artist Trust Individual Art Fellowship in 2009. Off to the side, you can see another one of her more intricate works, which is a vomiting wolf in this case. She has had many books written about her and about her works from the years of 2004 to 2019, the most recent of which is called Human, The Art of Beth Cavener. And it's by several different people, but it was written in 2019, and the cover of that book is underneath. So throughout her entire life, that is the end of the slideshow, by the way. Throughout her entire life, she has been surrounded by art and including science, and she has incorporated both of those into her works, and it has been shown that she can relate both aspects of psychology, evolution, and social constructs into her work while conveying them in forms of animals. Thank you for listening.